When we look at these, I go back and read the Old Testament because you can learn the character of God. When you begin to look at the scriptures and you go to the Old Testament and you begin to read, there's a character. See, this is the thing that many believers lack. When you don't know the character of God, you can't know the operations and the functions of God. Because there's a certain character, the way God operates and the way he functions. This is why he can make the statement, I am the Lord thy God, I change not. Because when you read about him in the old, he's the same character. He has the same characteristics from the old to the new. There was mercy and grace in the Old Testament. Just like there was mercy and grace in the New Testament. There was also a God that would kill you in the Old Testament, and there was a God that would kill you in the New Testament. What happened to Achan when they went to Jericho? He killed them because Achan disobeyed. What happened to Ananias and Sapphira? He killed them because they disobeyed. There was grace and mercy in both covenants. This is what we have to understand. But I think for us, the struggle that many of us have is because we haven't come to the full acceptance that in the realm in which we live in is time. This realm that we live in is called time. The realm in which the Father lives is called eternity. He says, I've declared the end from the beginning, meaning that where he is, everything that we're living out is already happened to him. This is why nothing surprises him, catch him off guard. This is why when you read the scriptures, especially when you get to Revelation, it's a story that's being played out. It's a story that's being played out. And the thing is, it's already happened in eternity. The thing is, we live in a realm called time, where we're limited. This is why so many people cannot sit and go through the process so they can be sent. We have to really understand that. If we get our minds spiritually to a place and stop focusing on time, I had to come to that place myself. It's nothing easy. It's nothing that happens overnight. But when you get into a place, I had to come to rest, and the Lord had to show me. He said, listen, I can make your latter years more phenomenal and greater than your previous. Because you're trying to limit me based off the time that you live in. The world in which you live, you're trying to make me move or cause me to react because you're concerned about your age. This is why we have the lessons that we have when it comes to Sarah and Abram. You're trying to dictate me, my existence. This is what the Lord is saying. I've already circled on the calendar the date and time in which you should be in the place that I've already ordained you to be in. But you are focused on when the sun goes up and when the sun goes down. You're focusing and counting on how many birthdays you've had. You cannot take the world metrics and try to place God, who is in eternity, in a box called the world metrics. In the world in which we live, time is a factor. People are concerned about age. God isn't concerned about age. This is why the point he always makes, my thoughts are higher than your thoughts. My ways are higher than your ways.